I would like to talk to you about my relationship with food and Michael and how that involves each other. The thing was is that when I first started the change with food, Michael didn't understand a lot, and we argued a lot. Both of us, we both suffer with eating disorders and obesity. He would make dinner either at his place or mine, and I would make comments about the food and less of meat or whatever, and he would get really upset, and he just felt like I was just telling him that none of the food was ever good enough, and that he constantly had to change it, and it was very frustrating. One of the things that he would do is he would force me out of the kitchen, and he still can be like that, but it's not it just, if he's busy, then he likes to have his space. But before we started this big diet change, and he's not vegan, and I'm the only one that lives in the house that is. He constantly would say, I need this in my food because I'm so ill, and a lot of the foods that we were eating we were both ill from. But one of the things that bothered me was he would tell me I couldn't live off from just fruit and veg. One of the misconceptions between the both of us, and I was surprised, and then needed to teach him about, was a lot of the protein that we already ate every day was in the food that we ate. We didn't have to actually meat to get it. And so he was really confused when I said, I'd like to have you, because first, before I jump ahead, I would actually pick the meat out of stir fries and stuff like that, so I didn't actually eat the meat, even though I was still eating the juice and stuff from the meat. I would pick it out, and one day I decided, maybe we need to just start making dinner without the meat in it. Maybe you could just do it on the side or something. And we would argue with each other about it, and he was very frustrated about it. We were both so used to eating whatever we wanted, whenever we wanted it, and never even caring what was in it. So when we started, or I actually started to watch the hundreds of videos that I've seen and continue to see every day about this lifestyle, it's been quite the journey between our relationship, because I wanted to make the change, and he doesn't, even though a lot of the food that he now eats is vegan, and he seems to be fairly happy about that, and I do get a lot of enjoyment from that. He would say to me, you're so sick, and I was very ill, and eating like this is just going to make you sicker. He would make comments like, you're not going to like that. If I said I wanted to try something new, I would see recipes and get really excited about it, and that made him really scared because it was a whole new world we were opening up to each other. And it wasn't easy, and I wanted to talk about that because when I'm the only one that eats like this and I have to live with the fact that he is going to eat a certain way and my kids continue to eat a certain way. And I think after I lost about 50 pounds, I think that was when he started coming around to the idea of and just seeing me every day and knowing what I was like putting in my mouth, and knowing that he would talk to me every day, and we would talk to each other, or we'd go out for a meal. It was really hard for him to think that I was eating a certain way, and he, you know, you get used to eating a certain way that you just start thinking it too, and so it was very difficult for us. You know, we would constantly fight about how, I mean, I think every week or so, I would get nausea and feel sick and almost like food poisoning. And when I went on this new lifestyle, it was a complete change. I started feeling better. But he was so used to coming over to my house and helping out and having to do pretty much everything for me when he did come over. And once I started getting up and about, and you know, getting my own meals, then you know, that's when things are just really hard between us. I was constantly wanting to try new things, and he really had his doubts about, you know, are you going to make yourself sicker because of this? And believe me, we fought a lot about that. But talking to our doctor, we both have the same doctor now, the fears have definitely come down a lot, and today it's so much better. When I first decided to start eating better, he would tell me, you know, I have to have oil and fat in my food to be able to eat it. And I was like, you know, but I don't want to eat it. And it was hard because, like, one night he had come over and made a meal, and he put a lot of oil and a lot of salt in the dinner, and I refused to eat it. I didn't want that kind of food. It was just like what we were eating before, and I refused to eat it. And he was very upset with me about that. But I didn't go without eating. I went up and in my room and got some bananas, and I was done with that. But even today, it's a lot better, and it just he doesn't. After 7 months, I think it's been now, he's really come a long way. He would continuously tell me if I came up with an idea of something so new, and like a food that I've never tried before, or some sort of recipe, he would constantly remark about how, oh, you're not gonna like that, and I just was so excited about it. I just kept pushing until we would go to the store and make sure we got the right stuff, and come home, and he would make the dinner to eat with us, and he actually was surprised. I think that he liked it too. I can't think of anything right off the top of my head what it would be, but I mean, I've tried so many different new recipes, and every day I'm finding something new, and instead of buying a lot, I now make a lot. It's just so much easier now that he's gotten so much closer to understanding what is really going on. I mean, we both have had disorders as far as eating. I mean, can you imagine? I used to binge eat. I've tried starvation, which is a horrible thing to do, skipping meals, stuff like that. It's just miserable. And I'm just really glad that I was able to find the lifestyle as a vegan. I feel so much better, and I'm glad to say that I'm under 200 pounds now. So it's been taken, it's 7 months now, and I've come a long ways. 100 pounds is a lot of weight, and to be a little more than that lost, it's amazing. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Like and subscribe. Thank you.